Sairam children, today we are going to start our 11th chapter from Python book, that is list manipulation. In the previous chapter we have discussed about the string manipulation. Today we are going to start with list manipulation. So this is the very first part of this chapter. Now, Python lists are containers that are used to store a list of value of any type. So, in Python list, what we can store values of any type. Okay, then Python will not create a fresh list when you are changes to an element of an list. List is a type of sequence like string tuple, but it differs from them in a way. Lists are mutable, but the strings and tuples are immutable. I hope children you all are able to understand what is the difference between mutable and immutable. See, this we have already discussed in chapter number 8. What is the exact meaning of mutable and immutable? So, lists are the example of mutable data type, and string and uh, tuples are the example of immutable data type. So before we start with this chapter, let's recall what is the exact meaning of mutable. Okay, so in the PyDrop app, I'm going to explain you what is the exact meaning of list immutable. Lists are immutable. Okay, so let's discuss with example. Ch, I'm taking a variable here, equal to, you know that how we can make list with the help of the square bracket. So anything which is in the square bracket, that is called list. So I am typing 2 comma 4 comma 6. So what I have made a list in that we are having 2 4 6. Okay, so let's see that list. Print ch. Okay, so what you are getting in a format of list. How you are getting output? 2 comma 4 comma 6. It means at the 0th position of the list you are having 2, at 1 position of your list you are having 4, and at 2 position of your list you are having 6. So the total length of your list is 3, starting from 0 to 2. Okay, this is the meaning of list. Now let's move back. So now let's see, is that list is a type. So how we can know that this is exactly a list? Okay, so what we can do, we can use type function. I hope you all know what is the meaning of type function and when we can use. So whenever we type and give the variable inside the type as argument, you will get the what kind of data type that variable contains. So see, we are getting list. It means class is list. It means whatever ch a variable you have made, inside that you have stored list. Verbally also telling you that anything inside this square bracket that belongs to the category of list. But if you want to know this from the computer side, whether that variable is list or not, you can check with the help of the type, type data type. Okay, so you can use type and just pass the variable inside that, you will get the data type of that variable. Getting my point? Now children, the concept of mutable means you can change the value at the address point of that variable. So let's remove this line. So if I'm saying that print ch 0th position, at ch variable is having, what ch variable is having at the 0th position. Okay, so let's see what you will get. You will face an error. Why? Let's see. So instead of 0, I suppose I have put O. So now 2. So when the list is 2, 4, 6, you are having 0th position 2, at 1 position you are having 4, and at 2 position you are getting 6. So what I have given? I have given print ch 0th position. Whatever is present inside the 0th position, you will get that output. So what you will get? You will get 2. Okay, you are getting 2 here. Now let's check what having at the 1 position. Okay, at 1 position you are having 4. So see, you are having 4, you are getting output at 4. Now what we have to do, we have to change the 0th position value. So what we have to do, we have to change the 0th position value. So we want ch, the list at the 0th position, you want equal to, you want, suppose 24 you want. Okay, now let's see at the another line. Again print at another line, you are getting ch 0th position. Now see, again printing 2, 4, 6. After that you are getting 24, because now initially, previously at the 0th position you were having 2. I have changed the value. Now you are having 24. It means the address position you are getting a new value which you have given. It means lists are mutable. Lists are mutable because we can change the value at the address point of the list. Getting my point? I hope you all are able to understand what is the meaning of mutability. What is the meaning of mutability? Now let's move to the slides back. Okay, now creating and accessing list. How we can create a list and how we can access it, how we can use it. See children, anything which is present in the square brackets are called lists. So this is your empty list because no member is there. Now in the next you are having 1, 2, 3. So list of integers. Then having 1, 2.5, 3, 3.7, comma 9. It means list of numbers which contain integers and floating point. Floating point means anything which is the decimal. Okay, next is A, B, C, but A, B, C are in single quotes. It means list of characters. Then we are having A, 1, B, 3.50. So list of mixed value type. Then 1, 2, all are strings. So we can create lists in many ways with different values who contain different data types. Okay, so before we proceed and discuss how to create lists, one thing that must be clear is that lists are mutable. It can be modified. So we have already seen with the help of the example in the app that we can easily change the value of the list in place. So in other words, memory address of list will not change even after changing. So we have changed the value. I have changed the value of 0th position, so the address of that position is same 0th, but value I have changed. Okay, so list is one of the two mutable types of Python. List and dictionary are mutable types and all other data types of Python are immutable. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is, see, creating a list. So let's create a list. So 2, 4, 6 ABC. So at the first one you are having list of numbers, At the second, you are having list of strings. Then at the third example, you are having list of numbers as well as floating point numbers. And at the last, you are having empty list. Okay. Now, empty list is like this. So it is a list equivalent to 0 or this empty single quotes, and like them it is also has truth values as false. You can also create an empty list. Now we can have a long list as well as, so you can make a long list here like sqrs is a variable which contains this long list. If that list is not carrying the single line, you can use another line for creating a list. So long list can also be created. Then is nested list. Now what is the meaning of nested list? See children, see L1, so you are having this whole big square brackets 3 comma 4. So at 0 position you are having 3, at 1 position you are having 4, but at the 2 position you are having another list that contain 5 comma 6. So to represent this position, you can write at second position 0 value. Second position 0th value is 5. Second position 1 value is 6. So this 5 comma 6 whole represent the second position of the list L1. Getting my point? And next here 7 is at third position. So if you are noticing 3 comma 4 5 comma 6 comma 7, so 0 1 2 and 3. At the third position you are having 7, at the second position you are having 5 6, at the 1 position you are having 4, and at the 0th position you are having 3. So the second position having two different value, again we can start with 0 and 1. It means second position 0th value, second position 1 value. So what we have done exactly here, we have created list inside list. The whole list is there. Inside this another list is there. So this is called nested list. Getting my point? Now creating list from existing sequence. Existing sequence means suppose you are having list L equal to list. It means list is already there and another sequence is there. So at L what you are going to have? You are going to have this sequence with different list form. How? See, understand with the help of example. So list is here, so you are creating L1. So L1 is going to have H individual, then E individual, then L individual, and O. So it will give you different position 0 1 2 3 and 4 different position you are getting. So with the existing you are making another list here. So that is called creating list from existing sequence. So in the same manner, see here you are having string. With the help of string you are creating list. Now here you are having tuple. How you come to know this is tuple? Because you are having something in this parenthesis. So this is called tuple. So WERTY is a tuple here, and with existing tuple what you are making another list, that is L2. So what is going to have? It is going to change in a form of the square bracket, because list is in the square bracket. Tuple is in parenthesis. This sign, this is called parenthesis, and square bracket is this thing. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Next slide, you can use this method of creating a single characters or single digit via keyboard input. Now you can make list by another method, that is called, you can ask from the user. See, list L1 equal to list. So list is the existing one, and input you are asking from the user. Input function is used to ask from the user side. So you are asking something from the user when user is putting something. So user is putting 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so now this 3 4 5 6 7 is going to convert in a form of list, in a form of square bracket. 2 single one, then 3, then 4, so on. Getting my point? So in this way also you can create a new list from the existing list. Okay, now something is new here, a val function. See, a val, eval, a val function is used so that if you are giving input in any data type, it will adjust according to that only. So let's understand with the next slide. Let's move to the next slide. You will get this aval function more clear here. Okay, see children, suppose you are writing aval 5 plus 8, but in these single quotes it means 5 plus 8 is a string. So in this string, plus operator behave like 58. It will concatenate the things. But a will know that 5 and 8 are two different numbers, and with the help of plus operator, it will give you 13 only. Okay, when you are using a val, so it will adjust that number with plus operator, and it will give you the sum of two number, that is 13. Okay, and without a val, if you are using it, it will give you 58, because 5 plus 8 gives you string. Okay, it will behave like a string there. So getting my point? So a val function adjusts itself with the existing data type, understand data type, and give you the output. Now see another example, 3 into 10. 3 into 10 again in double quotes. So anything which is present inside the double quote, it behave like a string, children. But well know that 3 and 10 are two different numbers, and this is a multiplication sign. So exactly it will give you 30. Getting? Okay. Now where one a val input enter value. Now when you enter value, if you are giving 15 plus 3, so a val know that 15 and 3 are two numbers, it will add 15 plus 3 is 18. So where 1 is going to store 18, then print where 1, it gives you 18, and type where 1. So what kind of type where 1 is? Integer. Okay, so in this way it will work. Now a val has only interpreted string 5, 15 plus 3, that is 18. Now see another example where one a val input enter value. So when you are putting 75, 75 is going to print, then gives you data type, it will gives you int. Now see the another example below, input enter value. So now you are giving list 1 comma 2 comma 3 inside this list. So this is this square bracket depicts a kind of list, so it will give you a type, that is list. So in short we can say that a val function work according to the mind of a val function. Okay, a val function understand what kind of input you are giving, after that it will show you output. Now in and enter value, so 89.9 you are entering the value, so print this 89.9. then what kind of type it is? It is float type. According to the observing the input, it will give you output. Then another example, a val enter value. When you are entering this value 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 inside this parenthesis, it means this is a kind of tuple, so you are having tuple answer. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Now what is the similarity between string and list? See children, string and list are near about same, but basic differences between them is list is mutable and strings are non-mutable, immutable. So what is the similarity? Like if you are giving a list like this, if you are giving list A, E, I, O and U in single quotes. Okay, so the indexing, forward indexing and backward indexing are the same, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. This is backward indexing, and this is forward when you are giving 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from backward direction indexing you have to give negative sign and you have to move from the right side, and in forward direction forward indexing you have to move from the left to right. Okay, Then this is the similarity between string and the list. Now accessing individual elements. How you can access the individual element? See, vowel is a variable in which you have created list here, a, e, I, o, u. Now at a, what is the position of a? 0. What is the position of e? 1. What is the position of I? 2. What is the position of o? 3. What is the position of u? 4. Okay. Now vowel 0th position, what you are having? A. You are going to print a. Then what is the value at 4th position? U. Okay. Now vowel minus 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the forward indicing. So how you can do backward indicing? Minus 1, minus 2, I is at minus 3, E is at minus 4, A is at minus 5. So when you are saying vowel minus 1, what it is going to print? U. U is going to be print. So at minus 5, what you are having? A. So again A is going to print. So according to the forward and backward indicing, you can print the individual elements. Okay. Now let's see difference from strings. So we have already discussed that what is the difference between list and string. Strings are immutable and lists are mutable. So this is the difference between string and list. So now this we have already discussed what is the exact meaning of mutable. Let's move to the next slide. Now traversing a list. Another concept is traversing a list. Now what is the meaning of traversing? Traversing means a list contains so many things. Suppose a list is containing here P, Y, T, H, O, N. So P is at 0 position, Y is at 1 position, T, H 2 position, H at 3 position, and O at 4th position, and N at 5th position. Getting my point? So if we are talking about traversing here, children, traversing means from the starting position of the string to the end position, each one of the list member of the list is going to be print. That is called traversing. It means from the 0 position to the 5th position, it is going to print each and every single character from the list. So for A in L, for A in L means A 0th position to L key, the whatever the length of L is there. So print A, it will traverse from P to N. This is the exact meaning of traversing a list. Now program to print the element of list. Now QYERTY is a list. You have to print the individual elements. So you can give position. So Q is at 0 position and W is at 1 position, then E at 2 position. Give the position and print the value with the help of the print statement. I hope you can understand this program now. Now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is comparing list. Now like in a string we are having a comparing option. In the same manner list is also having a comparing option. How you can do comparison? Create two lists L1 L2. In L1 you are having 1 2 3, L2 you are having 1 2 3. At 3 you are having nested list inside the list. Okay, so L1 equal to L2. This is true because both are same, both are having same values. L1 is equal to L3. No, because L1 is single list and L3 is nested list. So you will have false answer. So you can do the comparison also inside the list. Now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about non-equality comparison in the list. Now if list we are having two different lists, and at one list you are having 4 characters and at another list you are having 2 characters. How you can compare? See, very easy. See, in this 1 2 8 9 we are having 1 2 8 9 4 character. It means at 0 position you are having 1, at 1 position you are having 2, at 2 position you are having 8, and at 3 position you are having 9. And in the other side you are having 9 and 1. At 0 position you are having 9, at 1 position you are having 1. So So the zeroth position data will compare, like 1 is smaller than 9. So condition is true. You will get true. Okay, see another. Now here also you are having 4 character, here also 4 character. How you will compare? See the zeroth position data, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, nothing is smaller than anything. So let's compare the second position data. So 2 less than 2, so this is also we are not getting any result. Then you are having third position data, 8 lesser than 9, so this is true. So according to the position you can compare and you can give the result. Next is list operation. The most common operation that you perform with list is joining list. How you can exactly join the list? Suppose you are having list 1, list 2. So you have to join the list 1 and list 2. It means you have to unite two different lists. So 1, 3, 5 is list 1 and 6, 7, 8 is list 2. So both come inside at one list. This is called joining the list. Now another topic is repeating or replicating list. Now, like we are having multiplication operator, this replication operator in string. So how it behave in string, it will replicate the things. So suppose if you have maintained a list 1 is containing 1, 3, 5. So if you are writing list 1 into 3, it means this particular list is going to be repeat 3 times. So see, you are having the same output like we have in this string. Okay, now slicing the list means how you can divide the list. See, sequence L start stop. Okay, so this is your list. Let me zoom this. So this is the list 10, 12, 14, 20, 24, 30, 32, 34. So sequence 3 minus 3. So let's give the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have to start with the third position and ends at the -3. So ending position we directly put the -1 also. -1, it means he is talking about -4. So give the negative indicing also, -1, -2, this is -3 and this is -4. So we have to start with 20 and we have to end at 24. So this output you will get. Okay, now in the same manner sequence 1, at sequence 1 you should have 28. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So you can modify at the sequence 1, you will get 28. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Sorry. Next slide is 10, 12, 14, 20, 22, 24, 30, 32, 34. So you have to start with 3 and end at 30. But your length is not ending at 30. So you can simply start with the third position and go to till the end, because last position is not matching with our requirement. So it will start with 20 and go till end. Okay, so if one particular step is not matching, we can ignore that. Okay, so this is next is -15 and 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So end limit is under the bound and starting limit is not inside the bound, so you will get according to that output. Okay, see here, last one 10 and 20 both are out of bound, so it will print empty list here. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about stepping the list. How you can step the list. Suppose you are having 0, colon 10, colon 2. It means you have to start with 0 and at 10. And at 10 means 10 minus 1, that is 9, and you have to jump 2. Okay, so 10 is going to print, then first jump, then second jump. 14 is going to print, then one jump and another jump. 22 is going to print. In the same manner, after jumping 2, it will print something and it will end at 9. So this is called step slice step. So with this we are ending this video. I am ending this video. We are going to continue this chapter in the next video also. Till then, take care of yourself. Sai Ram.